Yeah, this is Tary. Today we are going to learn about a direct ELISA. In previous classes we have seen indirect and sandwich. Okay, now we should know what is the difference now. In sandwich ELISA, the antibodies are coated in the microtiter plate by using the coated buffer. But in indirect ELISA, the antigens will be coated in the microtiter plate. Here also the antigen will be coated, but here we are going to use only one conjugated antibody, which is much more specific to a particular antigen. For example, if I am infected with any other virus, my body will produce certain antibodies against that. So we are going to target those antibodies as a primary antibody, which is conjugated with enzyme. So here easily we can detect if I have the particular antigen and the specific antibody, it can react. So by using that reaction, we are going to add some substrate to make colorful compound. So through that we can easily identify how much of antigen or antibody presence. Okay, now I am going to draw two diagrams. One is the sample which is contained the antibodies or which is infected serum, and in the sample which is not infected means it can be having either any kind of antibodies. So for example, I'm going to use HIV. It's a common example, but don't make it like that is the only example. So I'm going to draw one side which is HIV infected sample. This side it can be any other infection, so it cannot bind with a specific antigens. Okay, now I'm going to draw. Okay, now here I have divided two columns. One is infected sample, one is non-infected. Maybe it can be infected with any other virus, so it produces different antibodies. So here I'm taking the sample which has infected. We have the antibodies and antigens. Here I take which doesn't have any particular antigens. Now we know in direct ELISA the microtiter plates are coated with a specific antigen. If it is HIV, the HIV antigens will be coated here. So these plates are very common. Here also that is coated. Okay, now we are going to add this sample into this way. So here we have the antibodies, the specific antibodies. So this antibody will come and react because these are very specific to these antigens. And the important thing, these antibodies will be conjugated with enzymes. Now it is attached. The same antibodies are placed here, but will not get attached because this antibody is not specific to these antigens. But here it gets attached. Now I washing out step will be there. So unbound antigens, antibody reactions will be eliminated. If it is there are 5 antigens, only 5 antibodies can be occupied, right? If it is 7 antibodies, the one should be eliminated. So we will be washing, that is washing out procedure. So we will wash out. So once I washed here, this complex will be remain same because this is attached, it's reacted. But if I wash here, what will happen? This antibody is not attached or not reacted with these certain antigens. So when I wash, this antibody, conjugated antibody, will be eliminated. So there won't be any reactions here, there won't be anything in this well until this antigens. Okay, the third step, we are going to add some substrate I already told you the chromogenic substrates. So already these reactions happen here. Now additionally I am going to add some substrates. You know these substrates can be easily react with this enzyme and it produce colored product. Okay, I am going to do the same thing here. There is no antibodies, so no reaction, no enzymes. So I am going to add the substrate. And no reaction occurs. Again, we can wash out. So once if I wash out, so all the unbound reactions will be eliminated. So at last we will be getting a colored product. If it is this, we can get a color product in this way. If it is blue, through that blue color, by using the intensity we can say how much of quantity of antigens or antibody presence here. So here we won't get any kind of color product because there is no antibody conjugated with enzymes. There is nothing in this way, but here it's reacted. So that is the difference between if you have a positive sample and negative sample. If you get a color product, we say that is positive. If you don't get any color product, we say that is negative. So this is the very basic idea of a direct ELISA. The steps are very easy compared with sandwich. Here we are talking about a direct ELISA. But you know, we have talked about sandwich ELISA and indirect ELISA. In indirect ELISA, we use different two types of antibodies. One is primary, the second one is conjugated with enzyme. So the time consuming is much higher. So here the time consuming process is very less because we are using only one antibody which is conjugated with the enzyme. So it's a very simple step, a very simple technique, the basic technique. So this is the basic idea of direct ELISA. So now we know indirect, direct and sandwich ELISA. Thank you.